Hey guys, I'm Rob Tatro. Today we're talking about RRSPs versus RRIFs. Acronyms, nobody knows what they mean. Let's talk about them today. Let's figure them out and let's get to the bottom of it. Whether or not you're converting your RRSP to a RRIF and when to do it is not an easy decision, folks. I know firsthand, people are confused. There's a lot of misinformation out there. This is something we do all the time and something we advise people on all the time. If this is on your mind, please go to speaktorob.com. We'll set up a free, no obligation consultation. We'd be happy to chat with you about the upcoming RRSP versus RRIF decision. I'm Rob Tatro from robtatro.com, head of the Tatro Wealth Advisory Group here at Canaccord Genuity Wealth Management. Brings me great joy today to chat about RRSPs and RRIFs. So an RRSP is a savings plan, right? Registered Retirement Savings Plan. The big difference between the RRIF and the RRSP is a savings plan. The RRIF is an income fund, all right? Savings versus income. So savings, obviously, you're taking money from your hard-earned salary or income. You're putting it to a savings plan for retirement. Generally, the concept was from the government was when you're ready to draw down on that income, we will convert it to an income fund, a RRIF, a Registered Retirement Income Fund. All right, so RRSP is the product that you contribute, and when you do contribute, you do get that tax deduction from your income. This has been covered in another of my videos, but the key with the RRSP is when you contribute, you're reducing your taxable income by the amount in which you contributed. So your effective tax savings become your marginal tax rate. So if you are in the top tax bracket in Canada, most provinces are kind of around 50%. So you're getting 50 cents back on every dollar that you contribute to your RRSP. Conversely, when you are drawing on that RRIF, now that is being added to your income. So that is now income that is being added to all of your other income, your pension income, your OAS, your investment income, whatever other income you might have. Your RRIF income gets added to that income, and conversely, you are now paying tax on that marginal tax rate. So the ideal situation is a situation where when you are working, you are a high income earner, and when you're retired, you're a low income earner, and you get to take advantage of the arbitrage, the difference in tax rate between the two. But even if you're not, even if you're going to be a high income earner in retirement, for a lot of people, the RRSP makes a ton of sense still because you get the tax-free compound growth of having the money invested in an RRSP account. Now that discussion's for another day, but let's take a look specifically at that decision of when should you be converting your RRSP to a RRIF. First of all, there is no minimum age to convert an RRSP to a RRIF. You must, however, convert it in the year you turn 71, before the end of the year where you turn 71. Now, converting it does not mean you need to draw all the income out of the account. No. In fact, that'd be a terrible strategy for most people. Typically, what you want to do, depending on your situation, but most people, an ideal situation is to defer it as long as you can. You convert it when you're willing to draw the income. So when it comes time for you to start drawing the income in your retirement plan, in your financial plan, and if you don't know what your retirement plan or your financial plan looks like, and if you have no idea if you should be drawing or not, that's something that you could absolutely go to speaktorob.com and would be happy to help you out with, to set up a consultation with. But let's say you do know that now it's time to draw the income. So you're drawing the income. A couple different ways you can do it. You could leave it as an RRSP and draw the income, or you can convert to a RRIF and draw the income. Now, if you leave it in an RRSP, you are going to pay a deregistration fee every time you deregister the RRSP. So you're drawing income, you're paying to deregister, and plus you're going to pay the withholding tax on the amount that's being withdrawn. Now, the actual withdrawal itself, eventually the tax rate is the same, except you're paying the tax up front. Now with a RRIF, the situation is different because on your minimum withdrawal amount, so on a RRIF, you're getting a percentage that you must take out every single year. So you're 71, you convert your account to a RRIF in December. The following year, you must withdraw from your RRIF. The withdrawal rates vary based on your age, but call it kind of 5% approximately when you start, and it goes all the way up to 20% higher even by the time you're in your 90s. So that is an amount that you must take down on from the RRIF. Now, if you're doing the minimum withdrawal amount from the RRIF, there is no withholding tax that gets applied to that, and there is no deregistration fee. So if you're in a situation where you're actually going to draw on the income, you should absolutely consider converting it to a RRIF. If you're in a situation where you do not need the money, you've built up wealth somewhere else and you're deferring your RRSP withdrawals, you should absolutely not convert to a RRIF because you do not want to be forced to take out the minimum withdrawal. So if you don't need the income, you don't convert. If you need the income, you could consider converting your RRSP to a RRIF earlier. The RRIF income after age 65 does also qualify for income splitting. Now, we did another video on income splitting, but this is a really neat concept that, if the incomes aren't the same, if you are married, if you have a spouse and the incomes are not the same, married or common law, and the incomes are not the same, you can actually income split your RRIF income, which is really neat because that allows you to kind of stabilize your incomes, reduce your taxes, and basically be much more tax efficient in your later years, probably as you need to be more tax efficient in those later years. Now, the key for all this is retirement cash flow. So we've talked a lot about deciding whether or not you do need the cash, whether or not you don't. The key is figuring out what your cash flow is, and that's not a simple analysis. It's one that we help our clients with. So you're doing a cash flow analysis. How much do I need to spend on? And then where do I actually get that money? Maybe you draw it from your RRIF. Maybe you take it from your non-registered. Maybe you take it from a corporate account. The answer is, I don't know. It depends on your situation. So this is a very complicated situation. We take a look at your personal cash flow. We take a look at how to structure your retirement income, and then we structure it. Then we build a portfolio, and then we actually draw down the income for you. And people have different objectives in retirement. Some people tell me they want to spend all their money before they're 80 or all their money before they're 90. And some people have a very strong need to leave a legacy or to leave money for kids. Whatever your goals and needs are, that's our job to advise and to implement. And that's how we end up building the RRIF account or the other accounts. And that's how we end up generating the cash flow for you. So when to convert the RRSP to a RRIF? Not an easy question. Generally, if you're not pulling the income, you keep it. If you're pulling the income, you convert it. You can also take advantage of the pension tax credit, which is, depending on where you are, it's a few $1,000s that you could take advantage of. That's something you could do as well. A lot of moving pieces to this, folks. Hopefully we helped you out a little bit, and if not, don't hesitate to give us a call at speaktorob.com. I'm Rob Tatro from the Tatro Wealth Advisory Group here at Canaccord Genuity Wealth Management. Please like our video, share, give us a follow. We'd love to hear from you if you have any further comments. Thanks for watching.